I'm Michael Tidball. You do not know me. I apologise for that, but what a great thing to just be here this morning and to listen. I look forward to meeting many of you. I'm very keen to do that, but also visiting, and as I say, for me, listening, observing from a sector, can I say, who humbles me. I have a role where I interface with disadvantage and vulnerability and communities across the state, but the work you do is so real. It is for me, very confronting. It is something that I feel, and I have immense respect for the work that you do. So I thank you, and I look forward to learning more. Thank you for this day. It's really important to come together. We have all been locked up. It is great to be back. It was great to have the Minister here, but also to hear these presentations, which unfortunately, my appearance, I feel like the sort of warm-up support act for Anne Campbell, who is a recently appointed substantively to her role, a freshly minted Deputy Secretary, but someone who really does connect with your sector, who believes in the work that you're doing, and who provides me with very direct advice. And I do want to thank Anne for her immense commitment and leadership. But most importantly, this is about you and the SHS sector. Can I thank you? I'm next week looking forward to joining the Liverpool Assertive Outreach team, and again, no doubt that will be something which will, I hope, for me, become somewhat of a learning pattern. Look, it goes without saying, and it's said to the point that it almost becomes, and I hope it never becomes cliche, but we are climbing out of what has actually been an extraordinary time in history. It has been an extraordinary moment, and we like to think about that moment as being in the past tense, but there seem to be these little blushes and these little hints that we're not coming through it. But the world of floods, fires, pandemic over the past few years, and here we are still battling flood recovery, and here we are this week reading and trying to read where COVID is going to take us in coming months. The department is bound to work closely with the sector and to listen to you. The peaks, can I say, for someone like me, are an invaluable line of advice and wisdom, and I really do look forward to forming and consolidating those relationships. And can I thank you for your flexibility and your agility, but above and beyond all else, for your resilience throughout these recent times, which have been so incredibly challenging. I have read today's agenda. It is a really crazy time of year. I apologise that I will not be here, but we're going to move to an update which will be delivered by Anne Campbell, and she'll be talking through a few things. These will include an update on the progress towards the SHS providers achieving Australian Service Excellence Standards, or ASES as it's abbreviated, or equivalent accreditation. Secondly, the outcomes and economic evaluation of the Specialist Homelessness Services program being delivered by Ernst & Young over the next year. And finally, the SHS unit costing that DCJ's Family and Community Services Insights, Analysis and Reporting, or FACSIA as it's abbreviated to, division will lead. But in handing over to Anne, I wish you well for your day. I repeat my gratitude and expression of admiration for the work you do, and look forward to working with you, but importantly, getting to know you better in the times ahead. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael, and it's really great to be here in person. I feel like for the last couple of years I've been talking into a screen, whether it be at home and I can't see anyone, so it's very hard to get that sort of interactive approach. So I'm going to talk about three things that Michael just mentioned. So accreditation, the evaluation of the SHS and the unit costing. So firstly, I'd also like to acknowledge the great work undertaken by the industry partnership in developing a comprehensive set of resources to support providers through accreditation. And I'd like to thank all of you for engaging in the accreditation process. As you'd be aware, the department requires all homelessness services to achieve and maintain accreditation against the Australian Service Excellence Standards, or the equivalent QIC Health and Community Standards, by June 2024. It goes without saying that achieving accreditation provides assurance to all stakeholders that a provider is delivering quality services, continuously improving and achieving the best possible outcomes for people experiencing homelessness within available resources. Across the SHS program, there are about 130 organisations, including lead and subcontracted providers, who are required to achieve accreditation. So based on the current data that we've got available, I'm pleased to share that about half of our SHS providers, so we've got 130, have either commenced engagement in the accreditation process or are currently accredited. So that's a fantastic achievement, particularly given the last couple of years that you've had to work tirelessly to really respond to a pandemic, and also floods, bushfires, housing stress, all those sorts of things that really impact on the ability to enable people who are in your services move into long-term supported accommodation. So that's a great result. For all the benefits of accreditation, it's fair to say that it's not a quick process. For this reason, and given we are moving into the second half of the SHS contract term, gosh, that's gone quickly, can I please take this opportunity to encourage those providers who have yet to start to consider engaging in the process. And there are certainly a number of resources through the industry partnerships that can help you with this. And I know that you're going to have further discussion later today around accreditation. So I might move on to the SHS evaluation. So we know the landscape of homelessness has changed significantly, and we have more data and information to help us understand the impacts of the program and how it is helping our most vulnerable community members. And it was really pleasing to listen to Trina talk about a systems approach. I think I'd really encourage people to engage and collaborate, because we can also learn in government what you're doing and what you're seeing every day on the ground. So we recognise the significant pressure placed on specialist homelessness services by the pandemic and the natural disasters in recent years. In response to this, we had delayed the commencement of some important initiatives, including the evaluation and unit costings, in recognition of that. So it's obviously timely that we've now engaged Ernst & Young to undertake the evaluation of the program, to help us tell the story of the value of the program and to inform our approach to the program for the future years ahead. And work has now commenced on the evaluation, and I think it's really important that we do tell that story. We obviously in government need to convince central agencies and other people about what are the outcomes from the investment government makes. The initial findings will be provided in March next year, and the final evaluation report in July 2023. So the evaluation will draw on the experience of you, the SHS sector, the homelessness peaks, and people, most importantly, with the lived experience of homelessness. Ernst & Young will engage with a wide range of stakeholders within the sector for a number of activities, including a short survey, in-depth interviews, focus groups, and individual or small group interviews for people with lived experience, and that will take place from November through to January 2023. So I'll move on to the SHS unit costing. So as an input to the evaluation, FACSIA is undertaking unit costing for SHS program. The team are currently acquainting themselves with the work of the sector through observations of the intake process and to gain insight from frontline workers. They will also be consulting with a wide range of stakeholders across New South Wales to complete surveys over a period of time. So we're really committed to ensuring that we are communicating clearly and consistently with the sector throughout the evaluation and the unit costings, and we'll work very closely with the homelessness peaks and also both our district and community partners. This week, you'll get an email on the evaluation and unit costings, and we'll be asking you to nominate for a range of opportunities to participate in both the evaluation and the unit costing work. We really need as many service providers as possible to volunteer for these engagement opportunities to ensure that the evidence we're collecting for both the evaluation and unit costings benefits from your wide experience in the delivery of services. This slide sort of highlights the different opportunities. So there's an evaluation focus group. So we're looking for participants from SHS services, rural, regional and metro to participate in one focus group face-to-face or online. An evaluation survey. So we're looking for participants from services to undertake a survey to tell us about your experience in delivering SHS services. We're establishing an evaluation advisory group. This group will meet a maximum of 3 times online between now and June 2023. The role will be to act as a touch point for the evaluators to test ideas and to seek SHS sector feedback on findings of the evaluation as it progresses. So we're not going to just hand over a report, we're actually going to be a bit iterative and get feedback to see have we got it right. With the costing survey, the survey will run over a month with a minimum of 30 providers. So we need nominations from a range of roles, so administration, caseworkers, refuge, support workers, outreach workers. So as I mentioned, you'll get an email this week seeking those nominations. I really want to thank you in advance for your participation. I know it's busy, it's coming towards the end of the year, the sector's tired, and you've been doing this for years and years, but I can't reinforce how critical this is to get it right so that we're in a position to be able to describe the work that you do and the outcomes that you deliver. So thank you, Trina and Homelessness New South Wales, for the opportunity to talk today. I could go on, but I'm just conscious that you need time to meet and discuss. So thank you for having me here today. Thank you.